Hello again everybody, and welcome back. This is the second video in a 5-part video series, and we started out by simply playing a video file in OpenCV. In this video we're going to take a look at image subtraction, and then eventually, as the finale video for the series, we're going to implement car counting. But back to image subtraction for the moment. So I should mention before I continue, the first video in this series and the installation tutorial are prerequisites for this video. Please view those if you have not already, and I will link both of those in the description below. So let's go ahead and fire up Visual Studio, and then we're going to go to GIT HUB, and I'll link this in the description below as well. MICRO, microcontrollers and more. And now we can take out the spaces there. And Visual Studio is going to blink here because it's open, so let's just choose that to stop it blinking. Okay, so if we go to here and then repositories, and we're going to look for image subtraction. Yeah, there we go. OpenCV3, no, not that one just yet. This will be the fourth part in the video series. Image Subtraction C. There we go. And this is pretty similar to the repository in the previous video. We have the same video file here to work with and a readme, and we also have a main. Here we are also adding now blob.h and blob.cpp. So we're adding this blob class, and as we work up to the car counting video, the blob class is going to get continually more involved. Here it's going to be really basic, but in any case, I'm going to, as I'm going through this video, it's simply a matter of going to raw, and then you can copy and paste out of here to drop the code in. So I'm going to swing this over to the other window and go ahead and start doing that. So you can name the solution anything you like. So new project, we'll just make it the same as the repository name because that's easy to paste in. And then you want to make sure to choose Visual C++, empty project, choose your project name, your location, uncheck those, and choose OK. And then we're going to add 3 files when the project comes up here. So we're going to add new item, CPP. Okay, that's good. So we're going to add main.cpp. And then we're going to add let's see, blob, blob.h, and then we're going to add new item, and then we're going to add blob.cpp. And now we can simply paste these in here. So go ahead and paste that in, blob.cpp, and back twice in my other screen here. Now we're going to paste in blob.h, and we get a whole bunch of red underlines because we haven't put in our references yet. We'll take care of that in just a moment, and paste that in. And now we're going to jump to main, which is by far the longest, and we're going to go ahead and paste that in. And now let's do our references. And again, if you're unclear on these references, please see the installation tutorial. I'll link that in the description below. I go over that, how to do the references in more detail there. So let's see, there we go, include directory, and edit, and I'm simply copying and pasting out of the cheat sheet from that installation tutorial, if you're wondering, in my other screen. Here, I'll even show you what I'm just copying and pasting out of here. This is the installation cheat sheet 1, OpenCV3 and C++, and I'm just simply copying and pasting out of this section here. So let me recenter that in my other screen, and there we go. Okay, so now the library directory, and edit, paste that in, and now we're going to go to linker, input, additional dependencies, and drop in our library there as well. And then choose OK, apply OK, and sure enough, all our red underlines are gone. And whoops, I have to do that again because I forgot to, sorry about that, forgot to change that to x64 first. That's a must now with OpenCV 3.1, so this will just take another minute. Linker, input, and additional dependencies, got to put that back in there. And then we're going to put back in the include directory as well. So Visual C++ directories, edit, include directory, and the library directory as well. And there we go. And now all our red underlines should disappear again. And there we go. Okay, so the only thing left before we can test is we're going to copy in this same 768 by 576 AVI video as from the last example, which ships from OpenCV, but I've just simply copied it here for convenience. So we're going to copy that into the project directory that we just made, and now we can go ahead and run the program. And I'm going to have to kind of jockey the windows around here a little bit to try and get as much to show as possible. Let me see how I can arrange all this. So here we have our convex hulls, here we have our contours, here we have our threshold image, and this is just standard out here. So first what we do is we threshold, and that gets us to this point. And then we get the contours of those thresholds and draw those filled in, and that gets us this. And you can see, because the contours, sometimes the edge of the person is missing because of the lighting or various other changes as the person's moving around, so you get almost this semi-hollow effect. So to deal with that, what we're going to do is we're going to take convex hulls, and that gives us much nicer blobs to work with. And I'll go ahead and play the video one more time here. So you can see from the convex hulls we get pretty good blob representations of the people moving around the screen. If you wanted to really tailor the morphological operations, the opening and closing, and some other particular things about the program, you could get better individual segmentation of the people. You can see if there's two people next to each other at some points, or when the people overlap, like these two people next to each other are detected as one blob at first. So there's room for improvement here, but just for a basic example, I think this is pretty good. So let's take a quick look at the code here. So we simply declare some colors at the beginning, and then this section here is pretty similar to the previous video where we simply played a video. The only difference is we're now working with 2 frames instead of 1, because we have to have the previous frame and then also the current frame. And then once we jump into our while loop, we're going to read our frames here, and then we're going to compute the image difference and threshold, and that's going to then allow us to jump into the next step, which is find contours. And then we're going to draw the contours. So that was the contours window that you saw earlier. And then to get the better formed blobs, we're going to get the convex hulls of those contours. And then we're going to, with this if statement here, we're going to throw out any convex hulls that don't meet some certain requirements here. So the area has to be at least 100, the aspect ratio has to be within these bounds, etc. And then we're going to draw the convex hulls with these statements here. And at that point we're almost to the end here. So if we have, we're going to copy frame 2, and then we're going to, on that copy, we're going to draw this section here draws the red box around the blob that you saw for the people walking around, and then this draws the small green dot at the center. And then at that point it's just a matter of showing the image, doing some bookkeeping to update for the next time around, and that's it. So hopefully this was a pretty straightforward introductory example of image subtraction in OpenCV. And when we get into the next video, we're going to take a look at a mouse move prediction algorithm, and then we're going to put these first 3 videos together in the 4th and 5th videos. So I'll see everybody in the next one.